Bullet Bourbon Barbecue. It's new at Buffalo Wild Wings. A rich and smoky barbecue sauce infused with Bullet Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Bullet Bourbon Barbecue Sauce. It's now available for limited time only and only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, man. Well, another night. Time to go ahead and pick up the slack on a few things. The schedule's kind of off balance due to me getting sick unexpectedly, but I think this is the perfect time. Hey, Al, is that you?
That is.
Yeah, give me a minute, man. Arctic wind's kind of messing up the Wi-Fi around here. All right, other than that, though, wow, Al, I didn't even know you were coming on tonight.
I didn't know either, good sir.
Are you serious?
I'm always serious.
I don't know about all that, but yeah, you about due, though. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Got a damn cough drop in my mouth right now. Still working on the sickness. It's good to see you, bro.
It's good to see you as well, good sir.
Yeah, well,
So
this is a... Huh?
So Arctic Wings. I'm sorry, Arctic Wings. What? Arctic winds out there, huh?
Well, yeah, we just had this great big snowfall in Delaware, and of course the news is going to make it bigger than what it is. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I don't know. People could be rioting right now. If they saw like an inch of snow, being like, "It's over."
Yeah, that's very true, man. And that's why I didn't even bother going shopping in the stores this time. Made sure my stuff got delivered in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, smarter than me when I went I went to grab some soda yesterday, a couple days ago, like in complete blizzard weather, and they did not follow the roads yet, and I didn't know that, so that was not really the greatest experience of my life, but it is what it is.
You do a lot of wild stuff, man, but we can't just start the show like this. And since you're here, this isn't a J-Man Show episode anymore. Matter of fact, dare I say it, but it's a J360 Hangouts.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, we're going to have to start this up just right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the top, welcome to the J360 Hangouts. Take it away, intro. Okay, fine. We'll team up. I'm J-Man, and this is J360 Hangout here on
J360 Radio!
Between aging and busy lifestyles, many women struggle with maintaining their physical and mental wellness. At Aquavita Concierge Healthcare Services for Women, we can help you revitalize your health and reclaim your life. We start from within by balancing your hormones, allowing your body to achieve and maintain desired weight goals. We also specialize in peptide therapies, regenerative medicine, sexual health, and aesthetics in our state-of-the-art facilities. Feel better, look better, live better at Aquavita. Visit aquavitality.com and begin your journey today.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing tonight? Yeah, I know it was a toss-up between you guys getting another J-Man episode or a Hangouts episode, and apparently my guest is on tonight. So, yeah, Al's here, and I had another guest plan, but we'll have him on the other episode that's coming up after this one. Matter of fact, I figure we can go ahead and do more Panel and Halls episodes leading in. Let's see, who is sending me a text? Nope, none of that. Other than that, let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. He can come on to... Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Who knows? We probably had the other one coming on in, too. Yeah, that'd be great. So, I get two guests tonight. Nice! Hey, Alan. Guess what?
Yes.
We might have Marco joining us tonight.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Isn't that something? That'd be about crazy. So, how you been, Al? New Year and all that jazz. I see you still got that fuzzy mic going on in the background.
Well, yeah, the fuzzy mic is part of the package, good sir.
Yeah, I guess
it's been going pretty good. Just getting stuff done, getting stuff moved, all that fun jazz. What's been going on with you, good sir?
Well, since I'm not moving yet, I'm pretty much just staying still. Get it?
Oh,
Oh, come on,
oh
man!
man.
I do one bad pun. I'm trying to get those bad puns into the year so I can finish strong. You understand what I'm saying?
I know, but it's still early, man. It's still early.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't, man. It's only the first weekend we're going into here. And it feels good
indeed.
to actually get a Hangouts episode in again. Well, this isn't the first Hangouts of the new year, but this is definitely one of the new Hangouts of the year. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun.
Or is it? Nah, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
But,
okay, I got your or is it?
Well, yeah, everything's a plot twist these days.
Let me get this
other
straight.
than-
We're gonna do we're gonna do like last era WCW where everybody's a tweener, and then certain people don't follow the script that still make lots of money and not even jump in the ring.
Yeah, that's the best wrestling, though.
You would say that.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's completely absurd, and not only that, you save your wrestling for the pay-per-views, so it makes perfect sense to do that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Well, okay, this is how I see it, right? Okay, Raw, like, I don't know, when I was watching WWE, like, a few years ago, they would have, like, pointless matches that just, for no reason, that went on for, like, 10, 15 minutes of nothing happening. Like, a boring match. Now, you could have that, or you could have some ridiculous storyline that we're still talking about to this day.
Well, that usually happens anyway. They repeat most of their matches and stuff. Like, whatever happened at that WWE Day 1? Remember that?
Yeah, I think, did that just happen Saturday? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But,
And now Brock Lesnar, part-timer extraordinaire, has the belt again. Along with Paul Heyman, too.
it's still better than Big E being champion.
Hey, Big E was doing okay, Al. From what I saw, he could do no wrong.
I don't know. I didn't watch all of Raw with him being a champion, but there's a reason why I didn't. It's not a shot at him. It's just you book a guy like a goof for like 4 years and then you make him a champion. You know what I mean?
At least they're doing something new with him, Al. You know what I mean? The pressures of being champ. What's wrong with that?
You know what pressures of being a champion in a wrestling company? I never understood that.
Yeah, but you've been watching wrestling for so many years, so, like, what's the problem?
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I was a champion, I'd just be like, okay, I got this belt, you know? Like, it's really... Do you actually get a pay raise? Like, apparently, if you were, like, champion, you get, like, an extra pay or something, a bump in your pay or something while you're the champion. Is that actually a thing, or...
I don't know. You might have to ask Daddy Vince when you get a chance.
Did you see his storyline that he's in right now?
Who?
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon's in the storyline again?
Yeah, he's like, he's like in like he's like sitting in a chair with like Austin Theory, this new wrestler, and he's like giving him advice and stuff. It's just so dumb. I mean, it's great because Vince McMahon is just ridiculous, but yeah, it's so random. I have no idea why this is a thing, or is it going to lead to the wrestler getting anywhere? I don't know. Probably with WWE, the guy is probably going to flounder in the mid card for life, anyways, despite this. So whatever.
Flounder in the mid card, man. Everybody says that, but it might actually be a pretty good thing for some of these people. Because after a while, they get that little touch of greatness, and then they never get it back ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never get used again.
Well,
They'll be sitting there waiting and wondering, when will I try again? And I just see nothing but stalling out, I should say, on certain wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't see why wrestlers complain that their mid carders are not used or something like that for years in WWE. It's like you're getting paid like $70,000 or whatever, how much you're making. I don't know. You're getting paid like this amount of money to pretty much do nothing. Why are you complaining?
Yes, I would complain too. You know why?
Why?
No good will ever come out of being misused and underused. And then chances are you sit there, you think like you're getting all that money, but you know it's a lie.
But you are like
No,
you get paid,
but you're not.
but you're under a contract. You get paid for it. Like you get paid yearly. But as I said, if if that
You're
was
not
me,
making that much money.
I don't know. I heard Zack Ryder was making good bank before he was released, but I'm just saying, if I was a wrestler, and they're like, oh, we have nothing for you, just sit in catering. We're still honoring your contract, whatever, but we're just not going to use you. Why would I complain?
Well,
I'd be like, okay.
I know when running J360 jams, sometime people will find a way to complain about anything.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just looking at that. I was like, man, I don't know. Like, I would just milk that for all it's worth, and then you get released, and it's like, whatever. At least I still got my money, whatever.
Oh, I still got my money. Listen,
Yeah.
I still got my money.
Hey, I got paid in the profession I do. I did not have to hurt myself or injure myself for my career.
Oh, okay. So like Brock Osweiler, then just collect that check and get out.
Hey, he tried.
He didn't try at all. He didn't suit up or anything, but I can't blame him for it. But I can go ahead and make fun of the organizations for thinking they saw something in him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I still remember the whole Brock thing. He kind of carried the Broncos to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs. When Manning was still injured. And then he signed. Then he signed with the Texans, right? And he bombed so bad in that 1 year that the Broncos actually paid Cleveland draft picks to take him. And then the Browns cut him after before the season, and I think he played 1 year in Denver again, and he was done. His career was over.
These are very weird scenarios, man. But I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's crazy. You go from backing up Peyton Manning, you lead the Broncos to staying relevant for Peyton's final run, and then you get this huge contract with the Texans, and within 2 years you're out of the league. You're gone. That's insane. I blame you.
No, I blame you, Al, because you believed in him. You actually thought he was going to do something good for the Browns. And we all know nothing good has happened to the Browns. Except for, No, I still stand by that.
Wait, we were doing cycling during that time. We were doing cycling back then. Did I actually say Osweiler was going to do something that year?
I think you have, Al.
No, I don't think I did.
I think you have, Al.
That was the 0-16 year.
Yeah. Lots of evil in that talk, Al.
That was a bad year.
All of them are bad years. I'm just kidding.
But no, I didn't think Osweiler was going to lead the Browns in the playoffs, but I thought we would at least be competitive with him. I mean, it was a lot better than throwing DeShone Kizer out there for the year.
Well, y'all practically ruined him.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all made sure he would have an experience he'd never forget.
Well, to be fair, he should have stayed in college for another year. He was nowhere near ready for the NFL.
Are you serious? That man was on his graduation run, son. He was ready to go.
He threw 11 touchdowns and 22 interceptions. He was not ready.
Let me tell you, man. He should have went for 28, and he probably could have had a winning score. And you know this.
No. I think even if we had an expanded 17-week NFL season, I still think we wouldn't have won a game that year.
Yeah, you probably would have. But you had bad coaching, man. Terrible coaching.
Oh, Hugh Jackson? Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Well, he thought he could do all the job of an offensive coordinator and a head coach. We got to win more games. We got to make a difference. We got to do all these other great things. I think if one day, if we listen to any of the bullshit we'll say, you understand that I have no idea what I'm doing. But I do know that I am a coach.
Okay.
What, Alan? What do you have to say?
I was trying to say that...
Are you about
Hugh
Brownie
Jackson,
the Fairy, too?
I was going to say Hugh Jackson got handed a bad hand because,
Twice.
I don't even remember. Did we have Sashi Brown as the GM that year? Yeah. and they were like doing Moneyball moves or something, and it was like, oh, we're signing all these lower tier talents, for potential to make money and stuff like that, and then I mean to win games and stuff eventually. So they were kind of like tanking for picks. So it's not like,
picks, you say.
but it's not like he was gonna win. But Hugh Jackson also was a ginormous egomaniac who thought he could revive RG3's career, which I never understood. I never understood that.
He could have, Al. He was trying.
Nobody could have.
He could have revived that man's career as a great passer. He was strong in the pocket.
Okay, this is the thing that infuriates me, right? He wasn't that good in his rookie year. That year that he went to the playoffs, he wasn't really that good.
Yes, he was, man. He was a quarterback's quarterback.
Okay.
You know it's true. He was great.
Well, you know what? I'll say
he
this.
did exactly what he was meant to do. Give the Redskins false hope and not take them any damn where. I like that. I like that.
He was better than Dwayne Haskins. I'll give him that.
Well, who wasn't?
I'm trying to think. Nathan Peterman, maybe? I don't know. Nobody. No, I can't think of any worse first round picks than Haskins. He was just awful. Well, apparently Trevor Lawrence, he's been dreadful this year, and I don't know if he's going to bounce back.
Nah, man, especially here with playoff time. Ain't going to happen, Alan. I'm sorry. The L is there. He's done.
Nah, he'll bounce back. I mean,
No,
Urban
he
Meyer
won't,
isn't there
Al.
anymore, so.
He won't bounce back. It's buried. It's gone. It's kaput. It's funny, though. All these Packer fans are really enjoying that clinch, right?
Yeah.
They're so happy.
Well,
Boy, once reality sets in, it's going to be funny.
I was already hearing people saying to me, like, oh, the Packers have a chance for the Super Bowl. And I'm like, they have a chance for the Super Bowl every year, and they find a way to cough it up. To screw it up. It's, I'll believe it when they actually get to the Super Bowl, but no, it's just empty words at this point. They always get a 14-2 or 13-3 record, and they always fall apart.
Alan, I believe that they're going to go far. Don't you know? This is their last dance. It's going to be a big deal.
No, apparently Aaron Rodgers wants to stay in Green Bay, so all this was for nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's a fraud, man. But, didn't somebody call him, like, the biggest jerk in the league now?
Yeah, like an MVP voter.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers. And then the guy, like, immediately, like, backed down and apologized. Says, oh, that was wrong.
Nah,
Well, yeah,
he
you're
was
an
right.
MVP. Well, he was right. He shouldn't have said it, though.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, where it was, like, the right thing to say, but you keep it to yourself. Those are old days, man. We were in the days of everybody telling and speaking their mind, even with their minds in their ass.
Speaking of whatnot. Okay. People are literally saying, oh, we'll be better off without Aaron Rodgers. We have, like, whatever his name is. Who the heck is his name? The second string quarterback for the Packers, Love. I can't think of his first name. But yeah, we have him, and we're gonna be fine. And I'm like, okay, there is a reason why, like, they're so desperate to keep Aaron Rodgers right now. Like, trust me, this guy is not that good. And then he finally had his chance to start, and he was absolutely terrible. And now the Packer fans are like, please don't go, Aaron Rodgers. We thank you. Because, yeah, they don't have another option after this. If Aaron Rodgers is gone, that team is going to just be horrible.
Well, they don't have anybody, like you said, so it's not like they got a pot to piss in. I mean, that's usually what happens when they start being like, oh, well, we ain't got nobody else. We ain't going to do anything. Don't leave us.
I know. Yeah, it's as stupid as, remember when LeBron left for Cleveland and all the people were saying, we're getting better without you, LeBron?
And they didn't.
No, not even close.
Matter of fact, how are they doing right now?
Well, they're better this year, but they were only yeah, you know what? They did become good again when LeBron James came back. But yeah, they were terrible, and the only hope that they had was like Kyrie Irving, and then yeah, that happened. Um, yeah, so like these Packer fans saying, "Oh, if Aaron Rodgers leaves, we'll be fine without him." Like, no, no, we won't.
He's over there. Oh. He in LA having a good time, man. He ain't got to do nothing anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious, and that's just things that the GM and president are just learning every day. It's like, yeah, without Aaron Rodgers, you guys are kind of nothing. So, yeah, so they better do everything they can to keep that guy happy. Because, like, yeah, like, what was it, 2 years ago? Like, why did you trade up and grab a quarterback in the first round? That didn't even make sense. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers was really upset and PO'd. Do you blame him? You come off like an MVP caliber season, you lead them deep in the playoffs, and instead of getting like wide receiver help or something maybe on the offensive line or whatever, you draft a quarterback. Why? So yeah, I don't blame him for being mad because you're not building a team. That team is clearly a win now team. So trying to draft a quarterback of the future when your quarterback has like 3-4 years left is just monumentally stupid.
That's right. And quite a lot of these scouts are not exactly smart. So, it'll be fun. It's just going to be us, the other team, and COVID. So, nobody's winning.
Well, I wonder if COVID's going to affect like the playoffs again. Like, I think it only affected like one game last year in the playoffs, wasn't it? Like the Browns coach had COVID or something. But other than that, like the playoffs went pretty good last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Man, I wonder if something like that will happen. I wonder if something like that will happen, and like Tom Brady and Bruce Arians and everybody like gets sick with COVID like in the second week of the playoffs or something. Like, I wonder what would like happen. Like, do you think ratings would tank because of that, or?
No, ratings would go up even higher because ratings had no way of stopping anytime soon. And the funny part is that Antonio Brown would be like, "See, I was right. They was all about drama."
Because Antonio Brown is the real victim here.
Oh man, he is, man. Look at the way he skips away into that room. And I think Marco just signed in. What's up, Marco? He's probably muted.
All right. Oh, speaking. Yeah, I just love that. Oh, my ankle's hurt. Meanwhile, you see him skipping and hopping like on the sideline, perfectly fine.
Both ankles up in the air and coming down.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hello. Hey, Marco. What's up, man? We're talking about Antonio Brown skipping away.
Antonio Brown.
Your best friend.
Oh, man. That poor bastard.
Yeah, your best friend, man.
Antonio Brown. That guy. What happened with that? Can someone fill me in? What are the details exactly?
His ankle, man. He hurt.
His ankle, that's it? That's just the detail? His ankle?
Okay, so this is what happened, right?
Uh-huh.
So apparently, Antonio Brown, like, it started out, like, during, the game, right? And Antonio Brown, like, would not come in the game or something like that. And Bruce Arians pretty much said, either go in the game and you're gone. Antonio Brown takes off his jersey, takes off everything, takes off his shirt and everything like that, and runs in the middle of the end zone and, like, does this. So it turns out that Antonio Brown said he was hurt and Bruce Arians was demanding he come in. And he acknowledged that he was hurt and he had the severe injury, but apparently, according to the Buccaneers, he never reported the injury. And then in the end, I don't know. It's so weird. And now Antonio Brown is not only throwing the Buccaneers under the bus, he's now throwing the head coach under the bus. He's throwing Tom Brady under the bus for no reason.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's up?
What? What does the quarterback have to do with him hurting his ankle?
Yeah, he said Tom Brady was never my friend or something. Like, I was literally reading this.
Tom Brady was never a true patriot.
No, this is so absurd. And I was reading this to Jay before the show.
Yeah.
So he was like saying, why Tom Brady never had my back. Why did he make sure like Gronk got paid and I had a prove it deal? What the F is that about? I'm like, Brown, you froze your feet during the LA Raider run and you're complaining about this, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's meltdowns, man.
yeah, and all this stuff. It was such a catastrophic mess. I love every minute of it because every minute that this drama is going on, it just makes me grateful that people are forgetting about the Odell Beckham drama with Cleveland now. So I'm okay with it.
Do you guys feel like sports is just not? It's like not about sports anymore,
Yeah, it's been about sports for a long time.
right? But like this year, across the board, like there's not a sport that is about sports anymore. Like everything is about everything else. They just happen to play like sports in the background.
I don't know. Hockey's okay.
You know what's funny is hockey's like the only one that hasn't really been bothered by all this crap.
Nope.
Which is what's kind of crazy.
And I think MLS will be fine. So
yeah,
but
that's
the thing
true.
about hockey, man. Nothing but a bunch of fighting and trying to get a piece of rubber in the net. That's it.
Those motherfuckers those dudes are tough. So I think they'll be all right.
yeah. What, the team got COVID? Fuck that. We still playing. We in the league. We in the house.
I mean, how do you discern if you got COVID or the flu? Like you're just playing on ice the whole time. So like,
yeah, and you're so wrapped up in clothes. It's not like it matters.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd even get sick. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're surrounded by ice and you're constantly sweating too, like your body is so fucking weathered by that point, you're fine. Like I think it'd be completely all right.
Yeah, be right back.
It's like this, like the flu. Man, we ain't no punk bitches here. Ain't no need for no damn flu. We handling it. Handling it.
That's like the crazy thing when you think about it. Like, I don't know, like Aaron Rodgers is fine, right? Like he got COVID and then like he's cool.
Well,
right?
Everybody's more mad at him because he lied about the vaccine. Oh yeah, man, I got vaccinated. No, you didn't, bitch.
That's so. I don't know why that's still so funny to me.
It is, man. Like, because people are more mad about that than any scummy thing he has ever done.
Yeah. You
know,
it's just so. It's just like, I just don't. I don't know. It's like I'd rather have him lie about that than like, oh, I didn't beat that girl up, or nah, I didn't. I wasn't drunk driving and slammed into a woman at 120 miles an hour on a Las Vegas highway.
Yeah, man. What I mean? I didn't go ahead and just do the fast life, party lifestyle, and ruin and endanger a bunch of people's lives. Yeah. Nah, I didn't get no damn shot in my arm. That's all.
That's the great. It's like we're treating him worse than OJ.
Right.
He's like, guys, I didn't fucking murder my wife and her lover. I just lied about, like, I wanted to be the cool kid at school. Yeah, I got a fucking PlayStation 2. I got one too for Christmas. And he doesn't have shit, Like, that's all he wanted to be. He just wanted to be one of the cool guys.
I mean, come on, y'all. I still got State Farm endorsements. No, you don't, bitch. He lost his endorsement. The guy went through the whole damn Tiger Woods thing without even doing anything near Tiger Woods material.
He never got a chance to do anything cool either. He just got to do like basic shit. Like at least Tiger Woods went out like in a outright blaze of glory. Yeah, like Tiger Woods went out like flipping a Mercedes with some random broad in it. Maybe, who knows? Mm-hmm. And he was even like, guys, I've had so many of these car accidents. I've been living so wild. I just got to stop playing golf.
Shoot, he should have just came out of the wreckage with like an Avalanche song playing. You understand what I'm saying?
Hell yeah!
And then just kept on like
should have just
owned
it.
Yeah,
I'd have been like, look, baby, at this point, I'm just Tiger Woods. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do out here.
Shit, man. Just imagine me over there in San Diego doing this wild shit, right? And I just come out, and then all of a sudden, you'll hear, like, running, red lights.
Right. Like, you got to just wonder, like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like, sports is funny. I think Antonio Brown just might. I think maybe. I mean, what is. There. Right. Like, what is the Bucks record, anyways? Right now,
man, you know what? Honestly, I've been so focused on the off-field activities, I forgot to look at the stats.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, could it really only come from the fact that like they thought they were going to be doing well this year, and maybe they're not doing as hot as they thought they were gonna, and so now like it's like an excuse to just not get embarrassed, maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what if I just sit out the rest of my life on this team? You know?
I mean, didn't one of them want it to be like this big mega rapper or something like that instead of being a football player? Or is that
That's
the same
what I think. I don't know. That's what I thought, right? I
Like,
thought
yeah,
like that's what was going on.
that to me is just it's just
Wait, which one?
it's just awesome to watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go up in flames.
Yeah, I think Brady thought he could like save a whole franchise, but it's like, dog, like quarterbacks don't make entire teams. Like that's fucking impossible. You know what I mean? Like, there's at least one person he's got to be able to throw to. You know what I'm saying?
I just wonder why everybody's trying to do the LeBron thing. That's all I just always wonder, you know. I
mean,
pick and design
even
my
LeBron,
team.
even LeBron can't do LeBron. like,
Yeah.
like everyone on the Lakers
well,
is getting traded, dog. Like,
Yes.
no one is keeping those fools. And maybe we all hyped up LeBron way too hard, you know.
I mean,
But
are we talking
we
about
joked
the
about
one
this.
that? Are
Well-
we talking about? Well, didn't mean to interrupt. Are we talking about the one from that the one that was the megastar in Cleveland, or are we talking about the one that's pretty much the activist?
Yeah, I think we're dealing with like Space Jam movie star LeBron, and
Oh, okay.
we don't need that. It's over. You
Yeah.
got to pick one.
I think
you know what I mean?
think the thing that's so shocking is that LeBron did not learn his lessons from like Cleveland. Remember that year where he did all the deals to get like Derrick Rose and Isaiah Thomas and all
The
these
past their
older
prime players.
Yeah, and it didn't work out right away, so they traded for a bunch of young players. That's exactly what's happening right now. They got all these old players on the team. You know, it's Dwight Howard, past prime Dwight Howard, past prime, Rondo, past prime, Westbrook, and it's not working.
Yeah, I agree. I think one thing too is like he tried to like get the EA fucking all Madden pass and just like stack the deck on his team, and it doesn't work. Like, you have to have, like, we joked about this I think before, but you have to have like a Scottie Pippen and a Dennis Rodman, right? Like,
Right.
those guys, say what you will, but like they played their part on the team, and I don't know what the fuck anyone else does on the Lakers outside of like LeBron James being the star. You know what I mean?
LeBron and I think Carmelo is playing pretty good for the team.
Not playing good enough. that's the fucked up part is like, but we talked about this I think too, where like, what is even happening with basketball at this point?
It's more of the off-court drama and stuff like that. This ain't about
Yeah.
games. I mean,
The second they all
guys-
started doing podcasts, it was over.
Aren't you guys like both Sixers fans?
no, he's not a Sixers fan. I am.
Nah, yeah. But that's the thing is, I don't.
Marco, like, what team do you like? No, like,
That's the saddest part. I don't really even have. I can't say I even have a fucking favorite basketball team. It's just like there's none of the teams to me are worth like paying attention to. Does that make sense? Like following career wise.
I mean, because if they can go ahead and request a trade anytime, I mean, you don't really get to know them like anything. So
I'd make a case for the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis and everything like that.
well, see, you guys
Yeah.
are winning.
yeah, yeah,
That's the thing. It's like you guys are
that's, yeah.
actually developing and winning. Everybody else just looks really, really bad.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It's a weird spectrum the NBA is on right now.
I'd make a case for the Phoenix Suns are doing really well this year too.
Once again, they're winning. Everybody else
Yeah.
looks really, really bad. And
I
it's
think
saying
it's like
something about the West, because the West is usually better than the East. But anyway,
Yeah. Usually there's a bunch of teams that kind of battle each other out here, and that definitely cannot be said like at all this year.
I think one of the problems though is like a bunch of the old guards are like fading into obscurity. Like the LeBron era is like kind of fading out. Like Carmelo's like not the same. LeBron's getting older. All those players are just done. Like look at the Spurs. They're like pretty much like rebuilding from the ground up.
That's
Dallas
true.
Mavericks. The Mavericks aren't really relevant anymore. Certainly not the Houston Rockets.
and God knows the Spurs haven't been good in a long time.
Yeah,
They haven't been good like since Duncan retired. No, I'd say Yeah, when Duncan retired and Kawhi Leonard left, I think that's the last time we were any good. Um, and then you have all these teams like it's such a different thing where it's like NBA is kind of like going through more of like a youth movement, and like a bunch of the younger stars are finally coming in because like it's not a LeBron James dominated NBA anymore, which is it's refreshing to see. And I mean, sadly the Warriors are still there, but I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's just like kind of a passing of the torch for like all the same situations where there was like a LeBron, Kobe, and all these main guys like dominating the league for like 5, 6, 7 years. It's kind of fading out, and now we're having a bunch of these new young guys, and I'm okay with that. It's nice to see.
You know what? I agree. I think for me, like, I think maybe we got spoiled with like the superstar era of basketball, and I think like what we're gonna end up seeing is just teams are gonna have to create chemistry. Like they're gonna have to actually be basketball teams. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be like the Steph Curry era anymore. Where it's just like, oh, look at the highlights. It's one player. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna have to become. So what?
I hope this also means like, can we actually have centers actually be centers again? That'd be great.
Yeah, not just
we'll
like
actual structure going down.
Yeah, some actual formations would be cool.
Yeah.
Instead of it playing like my young NBA 2K self where I just shot a 3 every single play.
Every player's a guard for no reason. Yeah, like I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind that. I think that was kind of like the surprise I think about like street ball, right? When that was really popular, was that you had these teams that had chemistry, and naturally when you build chemistry as a team, someone will become kind of the natural lead on the court, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Especially in a game like basketball. Like, someone's going to have to eventually become like, someone is going to rise to the top in terms of people's attention, but good street ball teams, like the chemistry of the team is solid. You
mean kind of like how we all are here as a team?
Yeah, I think you have to know your spots. You also have to know what you bring. Like, if you just pack a fucking team full of superstars, everyone, like Al said, like, everyone's going to try to shoot threes for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just
unless
like,
you're
dog,
on the
not
Ben Simmons team, but
yeah.
yeah.
Unless you're on the 2K My Pro creative team shit. That's what LeBron tried to do, and it didn't work.
Twice.
Well, he tried to do the My Team Pro thing with Westbrook is like a 30% 3-point shooter, so I don't really get where he was going with that.
He tried to go full EA madness and try to put Emmitt Smith on his team. He just like went off out of the different game and just thought, fuck it, I paid for this.
He went full Madden Ultimate Team, and he probably thought, oh, Emmitt Smith, he's a 99 overall. I'll make him play quarterback or something, and his overall's like 12.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Like, just because he's 99 means he's 99 at running the ball, not at fucking doing everything else. You can't put him at like lineman. He'll get his arms ripped off.
Emmitt Smith as a lineman would be hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
Or Jerome Bettis.
Take over, right? Like,
watch like
Jerome Bettis being
that'd be sick, huh?
Jerome Bettis being a free safety or something. That'd be terrifying, having Jerome Bettis be a free safety running at you.
Oh my god, yo.
Kind of like, watching the Globetrotters actually play a decent basketball game is a lot more, entertaining than...
I mean, they could take a page from the Globetrotters, because the Globetrotters, there's no like one superstar. The whole team has to have like a balance at least. Even though the games are kind of like a, kind
of a charity
pre-planned.
Still, it's fun,
Yeah. I don't know why they never put the Globetrotters in like, I don't know, in like the Olympics or some shit. Just go crazy with it.
I know. The dream team, though.
I know.
Every Olympics, boy.
Do you guys think that Space Jam? Do you think that Space Jam 2 ruined LeBron James? Do you think that just broke his whole focus on life as a basketball player?
No.
I think it's that barbershop podcast he does, kind of.
Yeah, I think so too. That fucking podcast.
Let's never talk about that.
God, dude. He's had like 18 different conversations with Drake.
And they have all been the same.
I think they were. I think they were all about like him and Kanye. Some shit. I don't know. Who fucking cares? You know?
LeBron James thinking that he's still a thug.
Still a thug. LeBron James is probably one of the
gangster.
Was LeBron James ever a gangster?
He tried to be like one time. I think his first year he tried to be or something like that. To come across as such. And it's
like tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron James knows how to act like a human being, to be honest with you.
No, he acts pretty awkward. He acts kind of like out of pocket most of the time, just kind of like really weird for the situation.
But he knows it always gets the attention.
I know.
Though, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So usually when you start doing stuff like
but what's weird about LeBron...
Yeah.
But what's weird about LeBron James is, right? Remember when he was feuding with Deshaun Stevenson?
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought Deshaun Stevenson was the normal one in the feud, and I have no idea because Deshaun Stevenson is like borderline crazy.
Yeah, he's like almost nuts in comparison to like LeBron, but like in that moment, he looked like completely sane compared to LeBron.
I know. He was like, "Oh, LeBron's overrated." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see that." And all of a sudden, LeBron James just kills him in the playoffs. I'm like, "Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything."
Yeah, and then LeBron James' career kept going, and everyone was like, maybe he did have a point.
But then Deshaun Stevenson actually got a ring before LeBron, which was fun.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, oh fuck, maybe he was right. Maybe we just all fucking let LeBron walk through the games because everyone was excited or whatever. Do you think the NBA makes the mistake of like? Do you think they make the mistake of trying to force another Jordan type personality to rise up every 5 years or some shit?
What do you think LeBron was in all those stupid debates that they try to have?
That's what I'm saying.
In their prime?
That's
LeBron
like
or Jordan? No. Don't answer it. I'll not be.
Yeah, I know, because then you get letters. People are gonna write you.
Because it's like ESPN rides on this all the time.
Yeah.
Like when news is dry in basketball, they do this shit.
Yeah.
I know, but that's like saying, okay, is LeBron James like the equivalent of like? I mean, that's like saying, is Glenn Rice like the equivalent of like Seth Curry or something? No, it's not. It's two different positions of basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James plays small forward, Michael Jordan plays shooting guard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, the only comparison that you can maybe make, I guess, would be like Kobe and Michael Jordan, but even that, no, not really.
Yeah, I don't. Kobe was great, right? Don't get me wrong, but there were a lot of like high pressure games for the Bulls. I think for that era of basketball, those teams played under like pretty intense conditions. You know what I mean? I think Kobe came in at the tail end of that era, but when Kobe was like Kobe, I don't think he had to play under those same conditions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think... But he was still great. Like, it's
Smush Parker to play.
Yeah. I don't think
Smush
there
Parker
was...
and Kwame Brown to the playoffs.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that was a different... It's kind of like if you go back and if you look at, like, NFL player toughness, you know, from, like, the dynasty eras of, like, even, like, the 49ers, let's say, right? So... the toughness of those players, I think, outweighs any modern-day football player, obviously, right? No one's saying, my ankle hurts, I'm going to go home now.
Or skip away to do such a thing.
Right. The quarterbacks were playing with fucking concussions. And they were proud of it. You know?
I fucking loved it,
I think Brett Favre was like one of...
Yeah, Brett Favre, right? One game got like 2 concussions in one game and was like, fuck it, I'm just crazy. And just... Yeah.
Still again, Brett Favre was like legit legend though, but
he was a
monster.
I
mean, I think the only
can't deny that.
Yeah.
Then he whipped his dick out.
Yeah, but you know, as hot as she was, and the way she was kind of thirsty, I mean,
I know.
You know,
if that's how his CTE, like, if that's how his kind of like solidified over time, that's probably the least of your worries, right? Oh, I got concussed a couple times. I whipped my dick out once. It's no big deal.
I mean, that's
if that's the
sports
worst
country
thing
in there for a while.
That is how they treat he didn't. It was fine, yeah.
But think about this: if that's the worst thing he did, like in his entire 18 career, is one time you saw this hot reporter and he whipped his, weighing out on a photo for her. That's the worst thing he did in 18 years. I think he's fine. You know what? And to that point too, how many times have you ever seen like a news report after a game, and the female reporter goes to the locker room? You don't think she's seen some fool's dicks in that locker room when they're changing out there?
Exactly.
Like we're all living in like la la land when it comes to sports. Like we take our adult brains out of it and we just sit there and go like, oh, what a shame. Like, no, not what a shame, dude. Like, what?
I mean, you gotta consider that the said reporter has worked on a lot of adult films and everything else. She's seen more dick than need be, so let's just be honest.
Yeah. I didn't even know that. Did she really?
Yeah, she worked in a lot of that stuff, dude. I think she was in the lingerie bowl too. So it's like, who's scarred who here?
Imagine the dicks she saw at the lingerie bowl. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, it was the coach.
Brett Favre was the victim in all this. Let's just be honest.
She's probably like, "Let me see your dick," and he was like, "No." He was being all shy, and she's like, "Come on, what are you, pussy?" And he's like, "Fine." And he got pressured into it. Yeah. Brett Favre, sweetheart.
Yeah, Brett Favre was an instant victim in all this. So
yeah.
I stand with Favre.
Brett Favre's who 13 Reasons Why is based on.
Hey, which, by the way, there's no reason for that show to have like additional seasons. The shit's done. You know?
Yeah. At some point, it just sounds like she was like making up reasons to kill herself. If you have another 64 tapes to go over.
Yeah.
You know, like,
damn,
there's dude, all right.
To it. It's like, why in the hell is this getting a third season?
What is that about, by the way?
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't care for the premise because there was already movies made like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it. If it's about one of these teenagers going through something, I didn't care.
Oh, I thought it was like 13 Reasons Why, Tidy Cat is the best catlet ever made.
Whoa.
Wow, my cat
right on cue.
Yeah.
Wait, Al, did you not know what 13 Reasons Why was?
No. Hey, Katie.
Oh.
Hold on a second.
I don't blame him.
I mean, 13 Reasons Why, yeah.
Yeah.
Catherine Langford plays the role of Hannah, a young woman who takes her own life. 2 weeks after her tragic death, a classmate named Clay finds a mysterious box, and inside the box are recordings made by Hannah, on whom Clay had a crush, in which she explains the 13 reasons why she chose to commit suicide. If Clay decides to listen to the recordings, he will find out if and how he made the list. This intricate and heart-wrenching tale is told through Clay and Hannah's dual narratives. I give a shit why. No, 13. I don't care. Fuck Clay and fuck Hannah too. Both of them.
That's how they did the story in Halo 2, right? You got two different perspectives.
Well, I guess. But even then, Halo 2 was enjoyable, whereas this is pretentious.
Ah, yes. Yeah, it's true. Who's the arbiter? Is it the other girl?
It's Keith David. Now let's...
Wouldn't that be sick if it's Keith David playing a high school girl as the friend to Clay?
That's sick.
That'd be rad. That'd be a sick-ass voice.
No, it'd be awesome if it was the girl, but her voice is Keith David's. Now, that right there is equality.
Before she killed herself, she went on Cameo and hired Keith David to record all of her fucking all of her tapes for her.
And I said 13. Let's see. I said like 3 seasons, right? Well, this thing has been around since like 2017.
Oh shit!
So
has it been around that long? No way.
Yeah, 2017 all the way to like June 5th, 2020. So it is over.
It's based on It's based
Thank
on a
God.
book. Rotten Tomatoes score of 35%.
Well, keep in mind, Rotten Tomatoes has been a bunch of shills for as long as I can remember. Since the original 3 people there have been gone.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that they were like rating it pretty honestly. 13 Reasons Why closes with a chaotic final chapter that betrays what little dignity remains in the tragic lives of its central teens. Yikes.
Well,
13 Reasons Why attempts to break away from its first 2 seasons only to become a melodramatic mess of a murder mystery. She killed herself. Where's the mystery there?
But it's about the reasons why she did it. What led her to do it. If anything, it's kind of like they took the idea of what Columbo, right? You know that they did it, but how to catch him, basically. And they did it in a very sloppy way from what it sounds.
Yeah, it's like who shot JR, right? Well, it's like, well, now you know that JR got shot. So it's like,
so
okay.
Now we have to pinpoint who did it.
The team behind 13, why did I say it like that? The team behind 13 Reasons Why had no way of knowing that audiences would be watching this season in the middle of a pandemic, but that only makes the sadistic nature of the material that much more glaring.
Huh. Well,
it went for 4 seasons. That's insane to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. 4 years of that bullshit then. Even worse. Yeah. Basically, I mean, like, it's funny if they take it for, like, no, the subject matter's not funny, but if you take the situation here, you'll know that it's the same as, like, Desperate Housewives, woman killed herself, Gossip Girl, some of them girls deserve to kill themselves because half the crap they did, that Pretty Little Liars show that was around forever. It's like, it's always that shit, but you realize that people look at this show and be like, huh, man, maybe I should treat people better. Wait, a few minutes later, I'm going to go back to being a scumbag now. I'm going to go ahead and make somebody else's life a living hell.
Yeah.
So,
it's got to be bad when IGN
5
movies...
minutes and they're like, well, I tried.
Good one, Al.
Wait, IGN movies is the whole thing?
Yeah, well, IGN movies gave 13 Reasons Why a 5 out of 10 overall.
Well, we all know who's lying there, don't we?
Yeah, it's real. That's like, they're always optimistic, so for sure it's definitely more like a 2 out of 10. They're just kind of ramping it up a little bit.
Wait, what? You're trying to say IGN reviews are like just a little inaccurate?
It's like the Kotaku reviews or whatever. Kotaku.
And like GameSpot too. We don't do video games anymore. We're everywhere.
Yeah, we talk about
wars.
Come on, come on. IGN's Madden reviews are always spot on. Always 8, and it's like Madden's in the right direction.
IGN Madden review. Oh,
they're
man.
The best. They're like, every year, it's like, oh, they're heading in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. Same exact score.
It says they gave Madden NFL 22 a 6. It says, okay, takes a small and unimpressive first step into the Xbox Series X and PS5 generation with even its better new ideas hobbled by poor execution. And that's not a fucking surprise. That's like typical EA shit.
Yeah, but
you know what's funny is it took IGN
so people can respond and respect to it. But go on, you're saying.
Well, what's funny is they've been bad. They've been so bad for so long that IGN even gave up trying to come up with reasons why Madden's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for years, even like Madden 19, they would give it like 8s and stuff like that. Now they're like, oh yeah, no, we're kind of. I don't know if EA just stopped paying them or whatever, but now IGN's like, nah, man, screw this. We're kind of done with that. I mean, they just gave a FIFA soccer game from EA like a 2 out of 10.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, it was like FIFA 22 because they called it like the Legacy Edition, and it was like the same game as 21, which 21 was the same game as 20.
The Legacy Edition.
Yeah, when EA calls anything like a Legacy Edition, it pretty much means that they're not doing any new features or anything like that to the game. It's essentially a roster update for $60.
Well,
that's pretty fucked up.
70 now.
Yeah. Yeah,
if you released a Legacy Edition of a game with its roster update for $70, that is so absurd.
That just goes to show you how like gullible people are, and people still buy it, and then they still bitch about it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, why not just don't buy it? Like, it's pretty cake.
I gotta be there every year, man. Like Call of Duty, I gotta be there. We me. This is awesome. Innovative.
Speaking of that, did anyone actually look at the story of Vanguard and how absurd it is?
No, after Cold War is cool. The story is all right. The story's fun. The multiplayer is like so hacked it's fucking broken.
Apparently, all of them are now like that. I heard they even ruined Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
At least you still got
And
Warzone,
then,
right? I'm just kidding. Fucking memory eater.
No, we still got Call of Duty World War II. It's okay, guys.
World War II.
I mean,
that same thing happened with Battlefield, right?
Huh?
That's true. I mean,
What's
Battlefield
crazy about that is
2042 got like not so good reviews either, and that suffers from all the same shit, doesn't it? Battlefield.
the game
that's
flops
just
worse
the
than
way
Call of
DICE
Duty.
works. They just don't.
But what's insane though, right? Is let's be honest. Probably Call of Duty World War II is probably the most functional multiplayer Call of Duty game right now. That's just sad.
Yeah.
Of the next gen games, probably that one, or I don't know. What would another one be, like Advanced Warfare? Like
I
those are
think.
probably,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's funny, but people will never go back to that game. They'll go back to the game before Advanced Warfare.
Ghost?
Was it Ghosts? And Ghost sucks,
Yeah.
which is what's weird.
I recently replayed Ghost.
What did you think on the second viewing?
All right, it's really not that good. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The dog was the best part of the game, but I think the most absurd part of it is like, so that he's telling like grown adult men this tall story of these mysterious like people, this mysterious army soldier ghost people, and then like 2 seconds later there's a giant explosion. I'm like, man, coincidental timing. And not only that, you don't even find out like who the main enemies are. It's just some evil former dude, but he's not even the leader of the group, and you never find out about it. And,
That's great.
and I think the most absurd part of the game is like, so the one guy has his eye on you, saying like, "Man, you're so good. You're beating me at everything. You're like, you could be an elite soldier for us." And I'm like, but my brother's doing all the work. I'm just hiding, trying not to die,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he only drags you off, but leaves the other guy who pretty much did all the work for you.
Then you feel some sort of moral responsibility to carry on the task, right?
Yeah, of staying behind while the other people do the work.
Do you guys think that like the EA type like fan that like doesn't stick by their guns of, oh, this is the last time I'm ever going to play this, and then they end up buying Madden all over again, and they buy Battlefield, and they buy Call of Duty, all the time. It's like, is that the same kind of mindset where like people get mad at Nintendo for like not making enough new things after making a console? Like they make a console, then they make like 4 new games, and they think that's going to last you like 8 years, and then they just like, cock tease you to death till the next console comes out. Do you think that
here's the problem with Nintendo,
those are the same type of fans, or no?
I think Nintendo fans are more in love with the brand Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think people are more in love with the brand Nintendo than the actual games of Nintendo at this point.
Makes sense.
Like the Disney, like the grown-up adult Disney weirdos, right? Where you're like...
The ones that somehow make it into the park every time, more so than I ever will.
Right, they go every week. As if they won't get burnt out on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As much as I'd like to, when I get over there, I'll be able to go to Disneyland and stuff like that. As much as I'd like to do it, it's going to be a every so often kind of thing. Not a every fucking week thing. That's insane.
Yeah. That's the difference. That's where you have to stand your ground on behalf of respecting yourself.
But it's not only that, but like you said, like the parking lot is a battle. Fucking resorts are a battle. Getting where you can is a battle. So, not to mention what old Vid out there.
Old Vid.
Yeah.
The old, what are they calling it now? Flu Rona?
Yeah.
That's the new version of it? God, man.
Oh, well, guess what? They said they recently found a 4th variant for it. I'm like, there's probably friggin' 10 to 20 now. It's a fucking virus.
4th variant.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shut.
Yeah.
They're probably going to shut it. They're probably going to shut down the country again eventually.
They're going to have to.
Maybe.
They're gonna have to, and then we'll just have a repeat of 2020 all over again. It's still only January, so we didn't really fully lock down till like February of 2020.
Time is against us.
Yeah, guys, come on! If we want to make the anniversary,
come on, guys! Like, no, what's ridiculous is like, everyone keeps getting COVID left and right, including people who got vaccinated, and it's like, well, obviously it's the unvaccinated people's fault. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Maybe the fact that the shot.
Yeah. Also, too, the people who got vaccinated thought they were fucking invincible and got on airplanes and started going on summer trips and fucking flying everywhere. Exactly. Like, nah.
I don't think it works that way, fam.
Yeah. I'm no scientist, guys, right? I'm not a doctor or nothing. But
I'm no weatherologist.
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing that people don't understand. If you're sick or whatever, just freaking stay home. Like, just, I don't know. It's just,
that used to be the answer, but they ain't got much of a home life, though.
Well, now the thing changed too, right? Now it went from 10 days to 5 days. Like, that fucking makes a difference.
Oh, by the way, at my job, they are scrambling to try to go ahead and right CDC's wrong on that bullshit. Because, yeah, that is officially a thing. But all the stuff that's designed to even track this fucking virus now is not designed for that.
No.
So,
no.
Yeah. It's all out of the water right now, folks.
Yeah, and it's not.
Oh my god!
I mean,
screwed now.
It's just
insane. It's like, dog, you're just either gonna fucking. It's like the funniest thing to me is most of the world, I guess, believes like in science, right? And then they also believe in like evolution and Darwinism, which technically is just survival of the fittest. And in my mind, the ultimate irony is then why is everybody so fucking afraid of what we're seeing is a rollout of survival of the fittest, right? Like, what are you fucking cowering behind if you believe in evolution and Darwinism? Okay? Or like, then also too, if you believe in that and you go fucking out clubbing, and you go home drunk driving and you kill yourself or somebody else or what the fuck ever, right? Anything is possible at that rate. Like, if all that is encapsulated in this theory of Darwinism and where we've come from and where we go and how we got here to begin with, if there were plagues before, aren't there going to be more?
Usually.
Right? Like, I mean, fucking check it. Magic Johnson is fine.
Yeah.
And, like...
He's not even withered away at all by this.
Hell nah. That fool put on weight.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he got twice as big.
They're making 3 fucking movies about that fool right now. He's still alive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, they had a Broadway play about him too, Magic Bird.
Right.
You know, like all that shit.
The Johnson.
Like, yeah.
Between aging and busy lifestyles, many women struggle with maintaining their physical and mental wellness. At Aquavita Concierge Healthcare Services for Women, we can help you revitalize your health and reclaim your life. We start from within by balancing your hormones, allowing your body to achieve and maintain desired weight goals. We also specialize in peptide therapies, regenerative medicine, sexual health, and aesthetics in our state-of-the-art facilities. Feel better, look better, live better at Aquavita. Visit aquavitality.com and begin your journey today.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Terrible president of basketball operations, though.
Oh yeah, but also he had to deal with that fucked up home office too. But
also, very scary movie theater.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, if it's in the ghetto, what do you expect? I was waiting for that shit to pop up in New Street. I was like, what the fuck?
They're scary. They're scary looking, but they're a lot of fun to go to. I'll just say that.
You got to go through some hell to get there, but literal. But
yeah, but like they're fucking those audiences like that are just fucking way more fun, man.
Well, yeah,
honestly.
But as we're talking about it though, yeah, a lot of people have been, they believe in that shit, but then you see like, not saying it's shit like that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean. They believe in that, but they don't practice a damn thing. They don't apply anything to this, man. It's just like when, once again, it's a vaccine. It's supposed to make sure that your immune system can actually, evolve to the point where it can actually stand up against it. It's not a fucking cure. Know what the hell this shit means. When they say all that stuff for like mandate, he's trying to get the country entirely vaccinated, but there's this like people who don't want to get vaccinated, and I can understand. Preconditions, all that kind of stuff. They're not thinking about them. It's amazing, though, when they bring this stuff out here, it's like they don't talk about the people that they should talk about. Like, they don't even exist. It's kind of like we get the job report every year. You know what I mean? But, some people are suffering, and they don't have the personnel there. And it's like, how are they going to tell you that the job market's in the green when we know full well it's in the fucking red? Matter of fact, it's blood red now.
It's so fucking funny. He was like, oh, yeah, job market's the best it's ever been since blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, like, that's so funny. I saw an article on LinkedIn just 2 minutes ago that talked about the great December reshuffle.
Exactly.
And mass quitting. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? But then people will go, no, he told us it was fine.
See,
okay.
All right. You listen to those same three networks, like I always say, it's always about what you consume in. See, most people now consume in Facebook, and they say Facebook's my news, and it's like, oh, shit.
That's bad.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, and it's to the point where they're even talking about Twitter as competition to that. That's even worse.
Tog, look. No. There's nothing more elaborate to say. Just no.
I mean, at that point, I'm not surprised that they don't put BuzzFeed and TikTok in there, too. But hey, get this. This is the biggest joke. BuzzFeed News. Yeah. But anyway.
BuzzFeed News. Well, that's what Al was talking about. 13 reasons why
all
Chick-fil-A
that shit right there,
is anti-gay or whatever, like, whatever.
You still need people working them damn places, so I don't know if you
who's lying to who.
Is like, and like, I
have a gay cousin, and he fucking loves Chick-fil-A. So he puts his feelings aside.
Right.
And he also just respects their hours of operation, which is really what it's about, to be honest.
Whatever happened to, I don't know your life about that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened to, I don't know that, so why would I care?
Exactly.
A long time ago, that used to be a thing. But guess what? Even Elvira's having problems now. Allegedly, she lost thousands of fans due to her coming out. And I'm like, do you not know how fucking old Elvira is? I mean,
I think
about it.
She's still alive. So stupid. Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive, but I'm like this.
I actually saw her last live show.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It was fucking fantastic.
I bet it was.
But, it's just so, it's like, dog, who cares if Elvira is gay?
I mean,
I don't give a shit.
When she came out with that book, I was like, well, damn, I think she's retiring or she's done because this is her memoirs. I mean, it turns out that, guess what? Yeah, she's gay, but here's the thing. Quite a lot of us, some of us that grew up, we ended up going after girls that our own age and that are, can actually fill that role that she provided for us growing up. Whereas other people still sitting there thinking they had a shot with her. And it's like, you ain't had no fucking shot with Elvira. Come on now.
It's so crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's celebrity crush stuff, man. You look at her, you're like, yeah, And then you grow up. And then chances are you meet somebody better. Chances are you meet somebody real.
Yeah, I know. Instead of this fucking fake vampire lady off the TV.
I mean, it's not like you can't. It's not like I can't pull her out of the fucking TV and get it all. Put her back.
That's fucking crazy.
But there is one thing I do want to do, though. I do want to go ahead and get her to sign my Blu-ray of Mistress of the Dark. I do want that. And if Alan's there with me and we put it on J360 TV, that'd be funny. And you could be there too, Marco. It'd be one of my.
That'd be badass. Her last live show was fucking awesome. It was rad. It was just
she's still spectacular, and she still helped a lot of us get through puberty. So let's just be honest. She did her job. The fact that she's rolling around right now, I'm like, damn, how come her and RuPaul are not doing this big giant special and stuff like that? Because
see, that's a funny thing too. We're like a part of that generation where no one made a big deal about RuPaul. Right? He was just on TV. People enjoyed him. I would watch his fucking show. like I even saw some Muppets thing on Disney Plus where he was like a guest spot on like an interview with Kermit or some shit like that, right? It was fun, it was funny, it was cool to watch, but that's way back when they didn't have to fucking shove it down your eye socket with what you were seeing. Like, yeah, I know, I can tell he's in a dress, he's got a wig on. I'm pretty sure he's probably, I don't know what they call it, gay? Right?
Well,
and I could decipher that.
Even that. It was just the fact that it was a transvestite or, you know, somebody that likes to wear women's clothing. But, you know, it is what
But that's the thing is, like, in the generation of, like, they made the movie To Wong Fu, which also didn't make that the primary marketing material.
No, it didn't.
You know? Like, they were just like, oh, look, this is the situation. Isn't it kind of wacky? It's also very heartfelt. Okay, great. It's a good movie. I like it. I've loved that movie since I was a kid, since I saw it. So, it is what it is.
But we enjoyed Richard Simmons, and he was gay.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he was an icon,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Not to say that these people are not a part of, they're not a part of our history and stuff like that and our entertainment growing up, but it's like, you grow up after a while, and then, you know, who you put in your social circle is entirely up to you. And the thing about it is don't hold it against them for, like, coming out, like, later on in life and stuff like that. I mean, I'm glad she had somebody that really tolerated it. And not only that, she kept it to the point where Elvira's the character, where Cassandra Peterson is her real self. I mean, come on, think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
At least I didn't hear about her in the news all the damn time, like she was on drugs or some shit.
I mean, when Drake comes out as gay, are we all gonna act surprised or just fucking be like, yeah, dude, no duh, all right? Calm down.
Well, I was never a fan of Drake, so I really don't give a shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
You
is
know?
like when he comes out, like, good for him.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like that's
she
great,
lost
man.
thousands of these are dudes that once again might be closeted gay and still having, you know, some terms for themselves. You know, some of them people that try to tell you how to act and live, and they ain't lived no day of that shit.
Yeah. Don't judge people.
No.
And then they're just out there just fucking.
And ironically,
name
all
calling.
on Twitter.
Yeah. Yes, where it's technically almost liable because you're typing it out.
Yeah.
It's like technically legal slander.
Yeah.
And people are out there just putting it up. I'm like, okay.
I mean,
and it's not even a joke. It'll just be like, I wish this fucker was dead, or how he betrayed me. Ew, how gross. And it's like, okay, is there a punchline to this, or
I mean,
is this just toxicity?
To many. So, and I watch Mistress of the Dark all the time, and I'm like, hey, this is okay.
Hey, now.
You know? I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, okay, like, say as J360 TV grows and my missus is on the cam and stuff, you know? We're having a good time.
Yeah.
But there's a reason I went for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like this. It's like, cool, you know?
Yeah, Al does his show. Al does his, like, Chatterbait show, and we don't fucking give him a whole bunch of grief.
You know?
He's out there slinging wang out there with people.
And you never know who's actually out there that's a part of that other side that actually joins and teams up with us from time to time. I don't think any of us would care. We would all be like, hey, you coming on the show tonight? We got some conversations going down. And you know what I mean?
Look, man, if times get tough and we go back on lockdown, I'm telling you, I'm giving you guys a heads up. I'm whipping my dick out on OnlyFans. And I'm riding with it.
Well, it's kind of like what I said in 234, you know? It doesn't matter. Just do it. Just friggin' do it, you know? If it's
also,
that
too, like,
to you and you're having a good time, do it.
Like, there are jokes, so we can all make jokes, you know? Like,
we're supposed to.
And there's a difference between, like, jokes and then also whatever. You have to also accept people. Like, the joke isn't to demonize the person. The joke is to... Like, I'll be honest, if I had an okay pair of titties and I was a chick, I'd never be broke. I'd be on fucking OnlyFans flicking nipples Monday through Friday, fucking 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I mean,
Pacific Standard Time.
For you know?
That's what I'm saying. And, like, so I can't blame them. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit there and go, oh, posh, how dare you? Like,
the only time I
it.
ever really go at them, and you guys notice this, is usually when their attitude is up there and they think nobody can touch them and nobody can, you know what I mean? Like, nobody can
or they almost act
stuff.
shocked that you're talking to them and you're not trying to see their tits.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're talking to them like
people.
a regular fucking person. Like, you're not, you're also not going to baby them. And they almost act like, oh my God, well, what do you want now? And it's like, I don't want anything. You asked me for advice. So
yeah, it's like when I say, first off, you came to me, you already in trouble.
You're coming to me for advice?
It's like, oh my God, oh my god, J-Man's not a character. That's really fucking him.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I don't think. I think all of us we turn on a character once in a while, but that's seldom. You know.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I'll help you, but you gotta understand, like, in the real scheme of things, we're all people, and it's all about who you accept. And the thing is, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not gonna follow behind you, kissing your heels just because you got a great set of TNA. There's gotta be a little bit more. Like, I like to see the personality in there too. I like to see what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's somebody I probably respect in there, which is why me and the missus work so well together. I respect what she does.
My favorite kind of TNA is thoughtfulness and
what's the A, boy?
acceptability.
That's good. Teach me to lie
and acceptance.
Like that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You gotta just learn them. You gotta put them in your back pocket.
Yeah. So
you know?
when I start lying like that, right? Am I doing too much Republican Party, or am I doing a lot of Democratic?
Oh, I don't know, man. Depends. Depends.
Well,
you know,
I can't give them centrist because that's too fine for them. So I got to give them one or the other.
Yeah, you can't have like central ideas.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big old no-no in today's world.
Yeah, you can never have that, and you also can never have variety too.
No.
Or really, hell, we're all kind of breaking the law here. You can't have personalities like we do anyway.
It's funny, like when I told somebody, they were like, we're just like talking about politics, and I said, hey man, just to be honest with you, like you can't blame me for any of this shit. I didn't vote. And they looked at me like I admitted that I murdered a family and like never told anybody, you know, like they looked at me like I was some sort of like serial rapist or some shit.
Well, you see, you can't win a conversation like that anyway because it's loaded.
Yeah, and I was just like, and they were like, why not? I'm like, because I didn't think either one of those fools had my fucking interest. Like none of them said anything that I agreed with, so I didn't vote. Like, I didn't vote, which also leaves me completely impartial to make fun of everything at this point in my mind. Like I didn't vote, so both of these ass clowns aren't for me. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
And you see, the thing is, I did vote, and the funny part is, I still make fun of everybody.
And that's the thing too, is like you can have that ability. And I only said that to them because I know it would piss them off. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just knew that, like, yeah, I didn't vote. I don't take it. It's also not that serious to me because, I mean, if we're looking at like in the moment we were like, we got to be careful where we go and how many people are packed in. I said, do you think it was smart to have everyone go to voting booths together and touch the same pens and be in the same square box?
See, now that shit was
you know
crazy.
What I mean?
They should have really talked about the alternative ways of actually getting a
Thank
vote
you.
out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then,
but they didn't
and
want to do that.
And then of course that snowballed into fake votes and, you know, blah, 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 and paranoia on both sides. And it's just like, dog, I just didn't want to fucking deal with it.
I mean, you know what? That's kind of the way they want to aim for that because they don't want people to vote anyway. They don't want nobody like that voted out or anything. Like, there are people that staunchly believe that Joe Biden's doing everything for them when at the same time he could be doing it for his own interests and everything else, which I'm not surprised about. You understand?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he's like, I was hard on Putin, and then they're sending fucking like Russian. There's like almost like a civil war breaking out in Kazakhstan right now. It's just like, I thought he was hard on Putin. The fuck is going on right now, dude?
See, the thing is, they're going to tell us about the Ukraine issue all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is, it's like anytime you throw up these little things, usually to distract us from what's really going on. So you got to kind of decipher and go ahead and pick from other news outlets and not social media news.
The one thing, and to that point, you're completely correct. Like the funny thing about that is, yesterday was I hate even saying this. It was the anniversary of the you-know-what, right? I don't even want to say it.
Call it what it is, man. That January 6th redneck rally party.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, the out-of-control white people barbecue, okay?
Oh, yes.
And
the luau.
So,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And so, for me, it's just like, he went on and he did this speech, and they were fucking, like, frothing at the mouth, talking about the potentials of what the anniversary could bring, and nothing happened.
No, of course
right?
not.
And then he gave this speech that no one's even talking about. It hasn't registered in people's lives, but that, like you said, that goes to show you how much of this trickles down into real life. Like how much of it, and you just said it too, like social media is probably the worst word we use to describe like all these dumb platforms, because it makes everybody think they have some dumb responsibility to be like ABC News, and they don't. If you're posting pictures of lasagna you ate for lunch and your babies and your dumb shitty memes or whatever, right? Then guess what? I don't think you have any sort of critical thinking when it comes to political journalism. And I'm not here for that. I'm here to see your baby pictures because I'm your friend. You know, I also don't give a... But also, too, like, if you post something that's completely wrong, you're human and you're not a fucking journalist. Right. So why should the world come down on you for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, let them look crazy and leave them alone. We shouldn't even call it social media. That little middle part, that social media platform, is a terrible thing. I think we should just call it fucking...
well,
I don't
where
know.
disputes are settled now, so it's nothing really pliable for anybody. But much like I said in an earlier episode, because I know I covered this before, so I always try to keep track of that. It's never anything good, you know? No. And then most of the time, never. It always comes down to two things. User responsibility. That's it.
Yes.
And half the time, people don't even want to be told what to do when they're using something that could be potentially dangerous. Like a lawnmower, for instance.
Yeah, or fucking people texting while driving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're driving a missile down the street.
You're still going to go do that, right? So it's like...
Exactly. With all your Siri and all your fucking whatever voice-operated Alexa shit, you're still going to operate shit wrong. Christmas trees still catch on fire because no one unplugs their fucking lights or waters the tree. You know, there are still car accidents because people are not paying attention. They're texting while driving. Dude, I saw a cop rear-end somebody while he was texting and driving. No shit. At a stoplight, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, people are going to be human, man. We set ourselves up for these, like, imperfect ideas of perfection. And it's so jarring to me.
Well, that, and also, people are not being held accountable by the institutions that are supposed to hold you accountable anyway. And I mean, like, when there's a real crime and, like, there's real issues going down. You see what I'm saying? And if you can turn a blind eye to that, well, you just made somebody else feel as though they could do the same shit too. And like when you go ahead and you talk about the anniversary of January 6th and all that stuff, and you go ahead and keep piping up that stuff, nobody said it was going to happen on the same day of, but chances are it's going to probably happen in like 3 weeks down the road. I mean, you got a full fucking year to do anything. You don't know what the other months are going to be.
What happens? I mean, there was that thing too. Remember when everyone thought, like, on the anniversary of the George Floyd incident, that there was going to be like another big rally, right? Remember, everyone just kind of like the media put that in everyone's head, and nothing happened. Like nothing happened. Betting
on that.
And then they were almost shocked that nothing happened. It's like, no, dude. Here's what happened. There was a tragedy, right? A despicable act that happened that was captured on footage, and because everybody was home and amped up, and couldn't go to work, and also kind of not be constantly reminded of the terrible tragedies that fall on people every day, right? And kind of like with that chick who went van life with her boyfriend and ended up getting murdered, and everyone pretended to care, like they knew who the fuck she was beforehand. And the one thing you do is it's like a backhanded insult to the family who's actually grieving and actually worried, that everyone pretends to be a fan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the worst thing is for a year, everyone toted the George Floyd thing, but a year later, everyone fucking gave up on it. So it really wasn't that important to most people. You know what I'm saying?
Like a trend.
Exactly. They treated it like fucking everything else. They treated it like Jake Paul boxing some other asshole. You know, it's cool to ramp up and use because it gives you brownie points, but a year later, no one was still out there. Not like they were.
No. Because at that point it becomes a clout game. Then it becomes like competition of such as like, oh, I did more for it at that moment in time than you did. But you see, the thing is, you probably didn't live in the state and live in that vicinity at the time. Probably dealing with your own little problem of police brutality that nobody will ever talk about because you're still living.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because the funny thing is, like, this is a true story. I was 16 No, I was 17 years old. I was walking through a park that was by my house. I was on a phone, and I was like texting a friend, right?
All right.
Next thing I know, 2 lights, I get lit up from behind. And it's a fucking cop car, right? With every light pointed at me, as if I'm doing something crazy. I'm obviously just texting. I'm like standing still. I get handcuffed and thrown on the hood of a cop car. And this is like one of many incidences I've had. They could have fucking blown my brains out. They could have beat me to fucking death. They asked me where I was from. They didn't believe me that my ID said I was literally from around the street, or that my school ID that I had on me showed that I went to the high school around the street, like around the corner. And there's never going to be that, you know, like you're saying, like, yes, those things are going to be overlooked.
All the time.
You know? But was it more of an issue, like you said, was it something to use as like clouds? Or was it really to have a deep conversation of like, shouldn't we do deep psychological evaluations of the people who are police officers? Because maybe all these guys started out as good, and over time you get threatened so much and someone pulls a gun on you so much that eventually you are going to fucking snap. Right? Because it happens to Marines. Like those Marines that they found in Fallujah throwing puppies off cliffs.
Yeah, like most of these
For
guys come from special ops backgrounds anyway. Some of these dudes put on the street like this.
Yeah, someone should sit there and see if... Exactly. Someone should sit there and be like, dude, are you guys cool every month? I mean, they let fucking, like, work-from-home employees take mental health break days, but cops don't. What the fuck is that?
Well, you know, there used to be a department involved with that stuff, and it was called Internal Affairs that actually was supposed to handle that shit. But I guess that must have got gutted like HR did. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
like,
yeah.
Let's be honest here, because, you know, it's weird to me how they'll go ahead and they'll look at, hey, guess what? This is a profitable resource, but it still requires human work. You know what I mean? It still requires human input, which means that humans are a resource, but you gut the one thing that's supposed to protect human resources from a firm misusing and abusing them. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't really give a damn about us. Michael Jackson was right about that.
Yeah, I mean...
But, you know, it's like, this is the truth.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because they really don't care about us.
No,
I think that's what we're all finding out.
And
you know what I mean?
Like, the fact that we're all still alive, and thank goodness we are. But the thing is that, you know, I always look at it like, I hope for the best. I hope for all those cool things, but I'm going to see some bullshit there just like I can see bullshit here. And I know damn well it ain't going to stop me from being me, but I'm going to tell you this. It's just another fight. Every day is another fucking round.
Yeah. It doesn't end. That's the thing, too, is like everyone sets up these anniversaries as if like, if everything's better now. Like nothing has been addressed, dude.
Nothing at all. And just well, I don't mean to interrupt you, Marco.
No, you're good.
But I was like, you know, just like when everybody was talking about Biden getting a second term, I'm like, I'm not worried about who's gonna go into fucking office these days.
It's like, dog, he's not even through officially 1 year of his presidency yet. Like, we need to see how this goes.
Yeah, we need.
You know what I mean? Like, what a weird thing.
Oh, and by the way, I was looking at something not too long ago from the 80s, around the Reagan era. Did you know that we're not too much different from that? Believe it or not.
No.
They were making fun of his ass along with like I forget who he was running. It was Carter that he was running against at the time. And it's about the same. All that shit is coming back full circle.
And this is the funny thing, especially with Reagan, like everyone with nostalgia tinted glasses looks back at Reagan like he was some legend that everybody loved, right? But the funny thing is during the time, like the term Reaganomics and the crack era are synonymous with Reagan.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the crack cocaine AIDS epidemic era of U.S. history, that's under that fool's watch.
Of course.
So it's just this funny thing where it's like, does everyone have fucking amnesia?
Like, I mean,
what the fuck is going on?
Once again, it's like, you know, in years to come when people will probably ask us, was Biden a good president or was Trump a good president? it's all about who you talk to. Like, I'll say that, Trump had a good, I'll tell you this about Trump. Trump had a good fucking show running. That's what Trump had. Trump had like one of the, man, if I could run a show like Trump, shit, I would be a legendary producer. I'll tell you that right
that
off.
fucking guy, that guy managed, what he did is he learned from what reality television told him. Is that every day is a fucking episode for you.
And
every day you got to look like the protagonist. And he fucking did it well.
And he nailed that shit. He could have got that. He could have got that second term, bro. I'm just saying. But a lot of people were highly against him. Like, more people voted against Trump because they didn't like him. They ain't voted because they like Biden. They voted because they did not like Trump.
Yeah, I think a lot of people voted for Biden because they didn't want to seem racist. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's source for another episode. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is like, I don't want my friends to think I'm racist or nothing.
Like I said before in that tweet that I made, if they don't like me then, they damn sure won't like me now. I'm just that fucking awesome. It's the truth. I mean, if your friends think this shit about you, they're not your fucking friends, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just be real. All right.
And the funny thing is the Trump nostalgia, I think, hit earlier than anyone ever even imagined.
Well,
because
go on. I'll let you
like six months in, people were like, there are polls that favor Trump now, but he didn't win the election. What?
Nah, he didn't.
But that's the thing is like you want the fiscally responsible economy focused president. That's also who he was though. Like, so you take that with the bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this. You have a guy who wants to sell you a house, right? And you have the money for it. If you find out that he's kind of racist, but he's willing to sell you the house and you have the money for it and your dream has always been to own property, are you going to buy the house? Because I would.
Yeah.
Especially if it was a fucking deal.
You don't want stuff to be so astronomical. He thinks he's getting one off on you, but you're getting one off on him because you got the land and you know what to do with it.
Exactly.
You can transform that land into something better.
Exactly. So it's like, but it's like that thing that Dave Chappelle said is like, for actual progress, you have to make friends with people you outright disagree with. And that's where like the power of progress actually comes from. It comes from how do we actually move forward? Because like, the biggest thing is like how Manchin flipped the script on everybody. But then come to find out what Biden and his crew, like you said, that the Trump show was honest in terms of what they didn't like from people. Everyone thought everyone was on board on the left. Manchin was like, I haven't been on board since this whole thing started. I didn't like the Build Back Better plan the second they showed me it a year ago. And it's like, excuse me? In the news, they were saying everybody loved it.
Well, of course. But you see, once again, unless you're in that, what do we call it? Narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is then. See, like I always say, I don't fit nobody's fucking stereotype. So that's usually the way it goes. People can't put me in shit. Because one thing is, I'm not a destitute, uneducated black male, in addition to one that doesn't have their own, doesn't have their way of working in multiple funnels of income. All that kind of shit. They can't lump me in stereotypes.
Yeah.
And that's the funny, and it tears them apart all the time, dude. It's kind of like what they'll try to do to, push your whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, they'll go with this stereotype, and then they act like they're helping us, and they're not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I look at this shit all the time, and it's like, no.
Yeah, the biggest flip was like the Hispanic voters that immediately turned their back on the left in Texas, especially. Like 2 months into a new presidency, they were like, I think there was a big old poll that said like half of them, not even half of them, 70% of them have outright just like changed political parties, And it's just like, well, yeah, because everyone has also convinced minorities that just because you're a certain color, you have to vote a certain way. How much of that is part of programming, by the way?
Let's see.
You know what I mean?
Looking at percentages, I would say about at least 75 to 85% of that shit is programming.
Right. Exactly.
Because they kept telling you that over and over again. Sometimes they run the ads twice.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like every time they show you like AIDS medicine, it's always a minority.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay. But I've seen more AIDS movies about white people. So the fuck does that mean?
I mean, Philadelphia wasn't the whole predominantly cast white.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like little shit like that.
Like Dallas Buyers Club, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
everyone in that fucking with AIDS white? Like,
even though Denzel Washington was in that movie, and along with
Right.
Antonio Banderas, but still, that's tokenism. But we'll talk about it in another episode.
Yeah. Those guys were every minority and everything for a long time.
Quite. But the point is, it's like, you know, much like anything, and I said this before, like, in a way, it's like, you know, a lot of people were thinking, hey, Joe Biden's going to get rid of student loans. I don't know how the fuck they even came up with that whole thing. That was ridiculous.
That is funny.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Not at all. And then, like, the whole thing with the stimulus, that was a great lie. You know, and I was sitting there, even when I had mine, I was like, you know, I'm not going to go spend this money on anything other than a bill, which I did.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
and that's the smart thing people should have been doing. That's the thing.
Pay your fucking bills off if you can.
And that's the thing, like you're saying, if they put the country on lockdown again, stimulus has to come back. There's no other fucking way to explain it. It has to.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know, man. It's such a craziness.
Anything else, but once again, we live in the days where people are not responsible, so they get caught up in some shit like that plus size model that wanted to get $100 from me. And I was like, you're not going to get fucking $100 from me. We're not friends. I don't know you. And while we're on the subject here, how do I not know that you're going to be spending that on blow?
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Well, it's like the homeless person who's like, hey, man, you got any money? And, like, you know they're not going to buy food with it. You know they're not.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're not fooling each other here. We don't have to just sit here and bullshit each other like, oh, yeah, I really need a cheeseburger. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
You know? What about you, Al?
Yeah, Al, you still there?
He took off.
I'm here.
Yeah, he recently, new location, so... You know, anytime you want to chime in, bub, I mean, it's just fun stuff that we're talking about. You know, the old classic.
I'm here.
Yeah, I know you're here, Al.
Where are you guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, the floor's on you right now, pal.
No, I was just listening to you. Oh, no.
Yeah, but, you know, it's like with anything. You know. We live in a real fucked up time, but I like to think, though, we got a pretty good set here, and we're a pretty cool tribe, and we handle things right. Of course, there's always going to be that one person that's going to be yelling at us like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Joe Biden's going to do all right for us. You don't understand. The world's not racist anymore. You got to understand, like, you know, at least you got
it's a pandemic amongst the unvaccinated. It's like, what are you talking about? I thought everybody was in the pandemic. Yeah, like, it didn't stop for...
Oh, shit. But how about this, though? In 2022, later on, COVID will go away. Or, hey, in 2023, COVID will go away.
You know what the funny thing is like, it's flu Rona now, and then eventually in 6 months they're going to go, hey, what do you know? It looks like it just turned into the flu, guys. Crazy.
I'll be AIDS Rona next.
It'll coming. Be Herp Rona.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be AIDS Rona next, and it's like
that'd be sick. I mean, fucking these fools are putting on masks and getting vaccinated, but people are still fucking without condoms. That blows my mind.
Yeah. You know, it's funny though. They used to give like that stuff for free, like like
Yeah.
condoms and masks and all that kind of stuff. Nowadays, did you know in New York, if you're not walking around with your mask, you can get arrested now with nothing to be said to you?
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
Doesn't New York have like the nation's highest rate of murder right now?
Well, I thought it was Baltimore, but yeah, it might be.
Fuck.
Can you imagine if you got mugged for your mask and stuff like that, and then you're like
That'd be
walking
rad.
away, and then you get arrested for not wearing a
Well,
mask?
technically the
cops fucking kick your ass.
Well, technically the servants of public safety, aka cops, are supposed to be able to give you masks and stuff like that before they arrest your ass. But hey, I guess they missed that little mandate.
They should shoot. They should
That's
shoot
nasty.
people with mass torpedoes and stuff like that. It's like, what? Someone's not wearing a mask and they're like driving by and they shoot a mask gun at people. Wear a mask.
They see that would be a genius idea, but no, we ain't getting none of that.
They call it a non-contact round. It's just like a sniper rifle, but at the end of it, it's like a little mask instead of like a rubber
Make
pellet.
sure you grab it and put it on. Even though
Headshot.
this is gonna fuck with you. Yeah, so
Drive-by maskings, like there's one, he jumps out of the car and like puts it on him and just jumps back in the car. Drive.
It's a gang. They're just playing like NWA, driving down the street real slow, but they're just fucking throwing masks on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But you know what, though? I'm not surprised because, gentlemen, 2022 has started and the fuckery is yet to come.
I know.
So, chances are it's either going to be over some petty shit, which usually it is, or it's going to be some political petty shit, or it's also going to be some petty shit that somebody could have solved, but decided to wait until much, much later to do.
Yeah.
Or whatever Antonio Brown's up to tomorrow.
At least his shit's funny.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
But
poor
that's...
bastard.
Well, I don't really think he's a poor bastard, per se. I mean, he did use his money right?
That's true.
The guy is freaking... I don't know. I don't get why people hate him. I think he's hilarious.
Well...
I mean, what was it like 2
The
years
guy
ago?
had a good skill set as a football player, and then somehow became bigger than the game.
Do you remember how, 2 years ago, he wanted to be referred to as Captain Big Chest? What a legend.
I'm Willie Beeman. Remember that shit from Any Given Sunday?
That
shit was
like
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
So,
the guy's great.
I mean, is he the one that wanted the rap career, or who is it that was from the Steelers?
I think it is Antonio Brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was Le'Veon Bell.
No, it's Bell.
I thought it was
Bell.
Le'Veon
Bell wanted that.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Where is he at now?
Rapping in the stew.
So him and Travis Scott are
he's
hanging
got-
out and trying to do a big tour or some shit like that. Which, by the way, do you think all that stuff that really went down at Astroworld? Do you think that's really all Travis Scott, or do you think people wasting a lot of time to go to a fucking mediocre rapper's show?
Oh my
Honestly,
gosh! You want
I
to hear
think
something
it's-
hilarious?
Go for it.
He actually plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
That's even funnier.
like Le'Veon Bell.
Does he
his
really?
former teammate of the former teammate of Antonio Brown. He just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week.
Oh, maybe this was already pre-planned. He's like, I'm out.
Well, it's like he doesn't
Le'Veon
obviously
Bell's
need
first
the
week
job anymore. I mean, anytime you do some shit like that, you don't need the job anymore. So
No.
it is what it is.
Honestly, think about this.
about
You
that.
you could play 2 years of the NFL and then never have to work again. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd work my ass off. I'd
just
play
think about-
2 to 3 years and then be like, I'm gonna open up a fucking restaurant. Just kick it.
Or
You know what I
have
mean?
some-
Like,
or have
just
some
think about
good,
this, though.
investments and stuff.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But just think about that. Your first week, coming back, going to a new team finally after this year, and it's like the first thing you see is your former teammate acting like a mad fool. Just
And then he leaves, and you're like, yes.
it's like,
That
now
is
I can be the star.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. I guarantee you they're like, how do we get this fucking asshole out of here? We'll just hire the old teammate.
Or you just have Bruce Arians make it annoy the living
Yeah.
hell out of him while he's there.
Do you think that Tom Brady is at risk of ruining his own legacy?
No.
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 Has this been probably one of the most uneventful seasons for him, though?
I would say yeah.
No.
But is that unfair? Because we
No,
did that to fucking
that-
Jordan, didn't we? on his fizzle out, everyone was like, he's weak, or he doesn't want to play the. He doesn't want to play the game. Does Tom Brady retire? Do you think this is like the last season? Do you think this is it?
No, I think the next year will probably be the last.
Wait a minute. The Bucs are in the playoffs this year. Like, and Brady had a good year this year. It's not like it was that one year, like a few years ago when he was with New England in his last year. Something like that.
Keep in mind that Brady is just doing this pretty much as his last run anyway. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Is do you think it's this year? Yeah.
I think it's next year.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. I think it's next year.
I think it's next year. Because like eventually that team is gonna have to like rebuild, and Tom Brady's gonna see this and be like, man.
Yeah, he's got to go out with something better than. Because this season's been good. Like, it's not like he hasn't been shit. I'm just saying, like, it's not like the usual seasons that we see from Tom Brady or these, like, fucking game-setting, you know what I mean? Like, highlight reel type performances.
Exactly.
But with the talent his team has, he doesn't really need to do that.
Yo, the Saints beat the Bucks 9-0 on December 19th.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's not to think about that.
Oh no, it's good to think about it, pal. I mean, like, let's go on ahead and say it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's totally fine. Like, see, the thing is about Tom Brady, I'm not really impressed with him because the guy pretty much has 7 rings. I mean, you're not going to tarnish anything about that.
Yeah, like that's what I don't even like. After my second ring, I think I would have retired. Because there's no way, like, you beat the sophomore slump, right? After your first ring, you do it again, and you're like, I'm out. That's it. Because you'll be a target for the rest of your career. Every linebacker, every lineman, they're going to try to take your fucking head off. And I'd rather not walk around drooling on myself when I'm 45 years old.
I mean, yeah, but...
No, I'll just go in...
Oh, you were saying now?
Oh, after my second ring, I'll probably just go insane and refer to myself as Mr. Big Chest and get cut by every football team.
It's me, Mr. Big Chest! Just like, man. I think he might be going crazy.
I don't know. I'd like to at least go for that third ring, to be honest with you. But at that point, I'd probably be done. You know what I mean? Have like a little triple crown thing going. But, but he's just showing off and raising the benchmark right now. Like, forever. For, like, whoever is going to step up to try to achieve what he achieved. That's what this is.
It's gonna be Nathan Peterman. You can bet on it.
Who?
Exactly.
like
Mr. 5 interceptions in the first half.
Like for real. Who?
Yeah. What? Did you just make up a name, Al?
It's gonna be Brady Quinn. Let's just be honest here.
Once again, who?
So, well, you're saying who now? But
these are some interesting competitors, Al, because, man, you dug deep for them. Who?
Brandon Whedon is going to come out of retirement.
Once again, who?
Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon!
Yeah.
I know. Get him on out here.
Look, man, I don't see myself going on no damn Southwest Airlines, so I don't really give a shit. But the point is, it's like...
Yeah,
which, by the way, they'll ban you for singing. Oh, wow, yeah, good. I don't care.
What if your kid's name is Brandon? You're like, come on, let's go, Brandon. And he's going to throw you out the plane?
I mean, it could be your great-nephew's name or something like that, you know? Using it for an example, yeah. Shit like that.
Well, at least you guys will know that Kellen Mond, the Vikings, is at a 15.3 rating according to ESPN. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, they productive this year.
Against the Packers, slated.
Aaron Rodgers is rated at 67.8 on his QBR according to ESPN.
And we care about these stats. Why?
Only 67.
Maybe because he's probably so good because he's unvaccinated.
Yeah,
I get it. He's unvaccinated. He's playing. He's got it. This, you know.
You know, little things like that make me wonder if I didn't get any of that sugar water shot in my damn arm. I wonder how much of a hero I'd be. You know?
Think about that.
Yeah, like, you know, like.
He's not. He doesn't have COVID. He's just a sick ass fool on the field.
I mean,
he's out there playing his ass off.
Like, you know. Like going to parties and all that kind of stuff. I mean, with my vaccinated abilities now, I'm able to do the same.
I can read minds.
That I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vaccinated power. Oh man, and then those people that were the people that were bragging about being vaccinated too. Boy, that's hilarious.
That's.
Oh my god, those cringe photos of people showing their vaccination cards is like, we did it, guys. Okay, you went to Walmart and got a shot.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did my service. I went to CVS and got my shots.
I know. And then people told me, "Oh, we're proud of you for getting a shot." I'm like, I didn't do it for you. I did it for money.
Yeah, I donated plasma. I didn't even fucking get the vaccine. They took my blood. I needed cash.
No, I only got the vaccine so I could have my job. I don't give a damn about you people.
I mean, yeah.
Right. I know.
Yeah, see that's my brother Alan over there that told y'all the truth. Ain't nobody do this for y'all. We did this for the money.
Yeah, I wanted to go see Spider-Man. So some people probably did it just for that. I wouldn't doubt that some people were just want to fucking go to the dude.
Well, no, some other people did it to go ahead and get their Amazon cards too. Remember, they were trying to get people to do that.
Oh my! Oh, that $50 for the raffles.
Yeah,
these fools. God,
they did it for the Matrix. Let's just be honest.
I mean, come on
which,
now.
by the way, yes, what a beautiful film that was.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you ain't missing much either, pal.
No.
I saw it. I saw it in the theaters.
You took your ass to the
Did
movies,
you really?
huh? How'd it go?
Yeah. I was
the shit at least cool to see? Like, I don't. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I'm not really curious about story.
We're about at 2 hours, but go on ahead, Al.
My bad. Real quick, I'll just finish with this, and we'll let Jay close out. But was it at least fun to watch? Like, was the action scene or the action scenes cool?
Yeah, Al, tell us. Come on, man.
Not as good as the first one, but they were okay.
I don't think anything beat the Matrix action one.
Well, it's impossible because movies have evolved so much since then. So I didn't go into it expecting much, and I didn't get much. So it was okay.
Watch Revolutions before you went to go see it, son.
To get the whole narrative.
Am I the only one who liked? Okay, am I the only one who liked Revolutions? Seriously?
No, you're not, because I don't.
Revolutions is good, but
I actually don't. I don't see any. It's so funny. People like super bitch about the sequels, but I really don't see anything wrong with them as obvious continuations of where the story was going. Right?
My only problem with the third movie was there were so many action scenes of like the gun battle, and these I don't know why they did this, but they constantly like I swear half the movie was just close up of people's faces screaming as they're shooting guns.
Yes,
it was really annoying.
It got a little John Woo in that way, where it's just like slow mo gun firing.
You know, that's
I know, but the thing is, it was
like they'll always
but
like
it was starting to give me nightmares.
Oh come on now! You don't see that dude's face in there every night when you go to bed, right?
No,
he's like
No, it was giving me. It was giving me nightmares of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, and I was like,
that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, that's kind of an anime trope, though. If you think about it, it is an anime trope. And that's the one thing, too. People like super bitched about these sequels, but it's like, this is no different than like how Dragon Ball Z has gone on super convoluted forever at this point.
Or basically any anime dealing with battle sequences like Attack on Titan.
Or like alternate realities, right? The concept is always really dope. Attack on Titan's a perfect example. Super dope concept. Over time, though, the longer we stay here, we know what it is.
Right.
Everyone's going to be ziplining, fighting demons and dragons and giants and shit.
I don't care.
Well, you know, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, things like that.
Yeah.
Gundam's a notorious for that.
But I feel like in the battle action scenes, like, I didn't care because, like, it was a bunch of people I don't give a crap about in the movie. Just having angry faces and shooting guns. So I didn't care about anger.
Well, to be fair, they were defending the line. I mean, what you want them smiling like Care Bears as they're fighting in a fucking war?
No.
Can I tell you where I was hoping
to get a gun and do something?
True. You know what I was hoping was going to happen? Did you guys ever see the Animatrix movies? I own that DVD set.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, so what I was hoping was going to happen with the movies was that, you know how eventually it almost seems like Neo would be able to pick like the next one, like to break the programming, you could just almost train somebody. Like it could be anyone at that point, I guess you could say, right? So I thought it would have been dope if, remember that kid? Remember the kid from fucking Matrix who was like, Neo, you saved me. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, that to me would have been the dopest thing if, like, that's the kid he ends up having to train or breaks him out of the Matrix, is that one kid grown up. You know, the person that saved him, he saves. And then when I saw more trailers of it, I was like, okay, he's obviously not in. So I have to get that out of my mind, you know? So then I was like, it'd be just, as long as the action scenes are cool, I don't give a fuck what happens, you know?
I mean, and like I said before, like, that's the thing about the Matrix, man. It's not like people really care about the overall story and lore of it. I mean, sure, that's part of it. But if you take, like, bits and pieces from it, some people like the dialogue, some people a lot of people love the music. And then there are people that love the aesthetics of it. And then there's the fight sequences. So it's like, take your pick.
It's like any anime.
I went into the Matrix 4, like, going into it, like, thinking, why is there a Matrix 4? Because, like, 3 wrapped up things pretty well. Like, their only thing was, we didn't get Neo's body, pretty much. That was, like, the big thing. And it's like, that is such a little, like, thing. It's really not that significant.
It actually makes him not being seen again more significant if that's where they had left it. Like, it shows the ascension of the character, like breaking from the physical body into the Matrix and almost like downloading himself as a human into a computer, which is crazy to think about. You know?
I know. It's almost as cool as like some guy like trying to put himself inside a printer thing, like a giant copy machine, thinking he's going to go inside it, like the Matrix computer world.
Well, technically,
that's what I'm saying.
Saw that too.
Yeah, like it was just this idea that, like, I mean, how cool was it when he was fucking blind but could see like Agent Smith's energy in the real world?
That was awesome.
Like, that was fucking. I'm getting like amped talking about that, but
the final boss battle. The final boss battle on Matrix Revolutions was still the greatest thing I've ever seen, though. It was so badass.
We'll never. There's no climax of a movie that's going to top that. You know what I mean? Because it's so it's built up over an era of filmmaking, like that final fight, and then like the assimilation that he does on Smith is like an inverse of what they did to him on the subway in Matrix 1.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, holy shit! And then
so.
Like, how do you... That's the thing, is like, when they're making a 4, it's just kind of... To me, it's like the DLC for the Matrix that they're selling me. Right?
I mean, in a way, it was the archetype story, you know?
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and that's kind of how I felt about it. Like, honestly, it wasn't going to top the first or the third movie. I hated the second movie, but it wasn't going to top, like, the first or the third movie.
Like, the second movie could have been way shorter.
That second movie was more or less an exposition bridge movie, and that's what it was made for. We were just going to get lots and lots of talking, lots and lots of story. Like spending time with your in-laws or whatever. You know, things like
it was
that.
A holiday. Yeah, it was like a holiday dinner. We were just like, hey, how you been? Oh, I'm good.
I know, but the problem was... My problem with the second movie is there was a lot of talking, things like that. But the problem is none of it was interesting.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, the party sequence in Zion could have been cut down pretty short. Then it became a full-on orgy. I was like, the fuck?
Everything that they were discussing made sense, but you had to sit there and unravel the layers of dialogue for it to find like what that meant to the plot and story of the movie, right? So like, the Merovingian is almost kind of telling him like, you're going to be doing things for immediate result, which is like the lady eating the cake, right? Like, you're doing things to satiate a desire, and almost like joke on the audience is like, we know you're here for all the action, and we're gonna drag this out because we have to force feed you story. You know what I mean? Or else 3 won't make sense at all.
Pretty much like that whole thing with the Frenchmen was like that. But go on now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
What's hilarious is when I first saw The Matrix, I only saw the first and the third one starting, and I honestly completely got the story.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But it's for modern audiences, like the ones that have to be shown, like the ones that for modern audiences, like, even though all the bad guys from the other Spider-Man movies are in this new one, they still have to explain to you what the fuck the other bad guy or what their backstory is. Like, dog, I know, all right? Like, I know who the fuck Tobey Maguire's Doc Ock is. You don't fucking explain it to me. I'm not stupid.
Oh, I know the Hobgoblin stole a hot dog at the Quickie Mart. I know.
Yeah, guys, I get it, okay? The Hobgoblin is his fat, weird friend. I get it.
It is enough now. You know, things like that.
Yeah. I know who Electro is. Nobody liked him in that movie. Leave me alone now.
Hey, I'm the only one that did. So retract this statement, motherfucker.
No, you know what's funny is I liked it, but he felt so out of place. He felt like he belonged in like Batman Forever. He didn't belong in like the Amazing Spider-Man. He was
that's because they kept adding people in that shit. I was like, what the fuck? If you're gonna,
but they made him like so goofy. I was like, is this like a character, like an In Living Color sketch or something?
If anything, I think they made him a little too damn tragic too. Because I was like, shit, I felt for him. I was like, damn, he's not like some guy trying to take over the city and shit, you know?
Or like an asshole who like disobeyed a rule in terms of like maintenance safety and fell through the hatch into the thing, right? Like he was legitimately trying to do something like good and didn't get any help because he was so overlooked and he fucking technically died.
And not only that, he's pretty much doing non-OSHA compliant shit. So at best, Oscorp could have got ruined for that had he survived. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
what if that's it? The Electro story is just him going back to sue Oscorp.
That
has nothing to do with him being Electro.
Electro was kind of like Bane from Batman and Robin. Yeah, Electro was kind of like Bane from Batman and Robin. You know, he was just there. You know, like, I don't know why he's there, but he's there, and he really doesn't add much.
I mean, after the first... well, we can't even call it the first battle, but after, like, when Spidey took him down the first time, and he got sent to Ravencroft, it was like a whole different fucking movie. It was like, it wasn't even in the same mix.
Yeah, it got real eerie all of a sudden. You're like, what the fuck?
Is he fighting against Ravencroft, or is he fighting against Oscorp? Like, who is the main villain of this fucking movie, you know?
Yeah, and then is it Norman, or is it Harry? Like,
that's another
what the fuck is going on right now? What am I watching?
And then everybody in the Sinister Six shops at Oscorp.
Right. Yeah, they make all the scary gadgets.
Yeah, I heard Louis Anderson patrols there once in a while.
That'd be sick. What if Louis Anderson was the Hobgoblin?
Oh, God.
He's
no,
like,
no, we are
That'd
cutting
be
Louis
rad.
Anderson out of this fucking thing. No offense to him, but no, we're not bringing him up.
Look,
in here.
man.
We saved him for another episode.
If no one likes Life with Louis, you're crazy.
Hey, I love Life with Louis. It's
Me
Alan
too.
that got the problem with fucking Life with Louis for some reason.
Really? Oh, that's a whole other episode. We gotta.
Yeah. That's a whole other episode.
Yeah,
that fucking show is great.
Not to throw Alan under the bus, but
no,
Alan's got a problem with Louis Anderson in general. That's the thing.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I think I bitched about Louis Anderson to Jay for like an hour, like a week ago.
Yes, you did. And now that we crossed the 2-hour mark, we got to wrap this shit up. All right.
Yeah, I'll let Jay close it out.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we cross the finish line and all that jazz. It's good to have Alan Marco along with me. I know that this was going to be a J-Man Show episode, but hell, you got a J360 Hangouts episode and the craziest trio known to man. And we're going to pour one out for Moosifer, too. Got to stick up for our bro out there.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, though, it's time to get going. You guys say your goodbyes before I play this outro?
See y'all later.
All right, bye.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.